I'm so excited for today's video because I've got some really cool tips and tricks that you'll be able to use on the front and the inside of your cards. So today I'm going to be making an A2 card, and I already have my card base pre-made with Hammermill cardstock. That's my favorite cardstock for card bases. I have the Paper Studio, and you get so much paper in this and a lot of colors. I think I'm going to go with the light orange. A lot of pretty colors in that cardstock pack. I'm going to be using my second layer in this layer die set, and I'm going to just run this through my Big Shot fold away machine. I have my platform, my adapter, my magic mat. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to run this through my machine. And if you need a hand crank machine that's really easy on the hands, I highly suggest this because the hand crank on this is amazing. So I'm going to remove this, and now I have my layer. Place a little bit of glue on the back of this layer using my Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. I love this glue. It's a wet glue, but I never have any problems with it warping my cards, no matter how much I use on the card. It's just a really fabulous glue. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to layer this down on top of my card base. And it only takes just a little bit to let this dry. It does not take long for this glue to set up. I love using these folders for all of my scrap paper. I've got them labeled by the different colors, and for this card I wanted to use blue, but I'm not really gonna, since these are scraps, it doesn't really matter what color I pull out from here because I'm actually going to cover this. So I am going to cut off one little piece because anytime I can use my scraps for card making, I am going to use those. So I have this really cute, I love shape dies. They are fabulous to use for card making. So I'm going to start out by using this little balloon shape right here. I'm going to put away my scrap paper for now, but that's coming back in just a little bit. And I'm going to lay down my little balloon. I'm just going to stick this on top and I'm going to run it through my machine. You can see the detail on top. Now I'm going to turn it over because I want the sticky on this side. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to run it through the Xyron. I'm just going to pull it through. And then when it comes through, I'm just going to cut this off as close as I can with my scissors so that I have minimal waste. I'm going to set the Xyron aside. And now I'm going to flip over the balloon and I'm going to just burnish the back side. If you want to, you can absolutely run this through your die cutting machine to get it really good and smashed down if you want to, but you don't have to for this. And it's best if when picking out your scrap paper to do this, to use a piece that's smooth and not textured. You're going to get a better result if it's smooth cardstock. Peel off the top sheet just like that. I have these really beautiful Cheerfoils, and I think I want to use this really beautiful blue with the hearts. I have several samples here from Pink and Maine. They're really pretty. I'm just going to lay my balloon over top of the foil so I can get a general idea of how big of a piece of foil to cut because I don't want to waste my foil. To lightly dust the back and gently just peel the backing off of your balloon and then place it down on top of the foil. And I'm just going to burnish it down a little bit. And now I'm just going to peel the foil off. And you see it didn't quite stick right there, so I must have not got it burnished good enough, but that's completely fine. It's so pretty. I love how the foil just sticks to it. You can kind of see where it didn't quite cover with the foil, so I'm going in with my Copic BG49, and I'm just going to go around all those little places that didn't quite get foil on it and just do a little touch up, and it fills in absolutely perfectly. And it really matches the color of the foil that I'm using in the balloon, and it's really, really pretty. It's just a way to touch up those places that might not exactly foil, but it's still a beautiful look. This looks so gorgeous. Look how pretty. This dark blue sheet of fun foam. It may be called something else to you, just a craft foam. And I want to cut out my balloon. Fun foam cuts like butter. It's so fun to cut, and I love using it in my craft projects. So I'm just going to run this through the machine. And once it's cut out, that's what it looks like. And with my Beacon Fabri-Tac glue, I'm just going to add some glue to the front of the balloon. Now I'm just going to place my foil balloon on top. Misti for my stamping, and this is a really cute set. It's the Everyday Sentiments, the second set in this little series that they have, and I'm going to be using the Wishing You Sunshine and Happiness in my card. I'm going to place that down right here. I think that looks pretty even. That's where I want to put it. So I'm going to pick that up. And I think I'm going to actually use the birthday wishes. I'm going to place the birthday wishes down here on the bottom. I'm going to pick that one up. Gina K Designs Amalgam ink in the color Obsidian. Ink that up really well. And you might have to go over this a couple times just because this is kind of like a textured cardstock. Grab my handy dandy little tool. This really helps a lot. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all, just on the first. I'm going to go over it another time. I'm just going to stamp this out again, give it another good coat. That Gina K Designs ink really does such a spectacular job of stamping out sentiments. Oh, look how beautiful. I love that. So pretty. I'm just going to set this off to the side and get my mess cleaned up. And I use my stamp chamois and water just to clean off my stamps. I don't use chemicals. I don't like to use chemicals even around my house. In other areas of my home, I don't like to use chemicals. So I've had a lot of questions about, like, does your stamp chamois like mold or stink or anything? When you put them in these containers, they're going to naturally dry out. So your stamp chamois is going to end up hard as a rock, basically. It doesn't smell, it's not mildewed. You can see the ink on it where I've used it. So I have to re-wet this, and then I'll be able to use it and put it back in my container. And I always have my handy dandy mister, and this just sprays a very fine mist, and that's how I re-wet my stamp chamois every single time. And then once you re-wet the little stamp chamois, it's very loose. It works so great. If you're using chemicals to clean your stamps, it's really not necessary. Simple little chamois and just water will clean your stamps beautifully. I just fold it up just a little bit and put it back in my case. We are going to do a hack for the inside of this card that is just phenomenal. I have my scrap paper stash. I want 2 different shades. I'm gonna go for, I know I want to do the dark. No. So I'm going to just tear this off, and you can just rip it however you would like. It just like that. I don't want any of the white, because this is a white core and I don't want any of that white showing. I need 1 more sheet of scrap paper. What color goes good with that? Oh, I can't decide. Any of it would look really good. I guess I could use this color blue. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. I'm just gonna tear me off a big piece. Just putting all my scrap paper back into my folder, really neat to go back inside my cabinet. I have these 2 pieces right here, and then I have this giant balloon from this set. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring back in my magic mat. I'm going to lay it down probably like so. Okay, so I rearranged my cardstock pieces, so I'm just lapping one over top of the other, and I want to make sure that my balloon is going to fit. So I'm just going to lay it down just like that. I'm going to put this portion over here instead of on this piece. I'm just going to lay it on top just like that. And now I've got my handy dandy press and seal, and I just need a small piece that's going to cover my balloon shape. I'm going to pull this out, cut off just enough. This might not work well with scissors. I probably should have just tore it off with the little cutter thing that's on it. Might have a mess. Okay. Just pull it out like that. I'm going to set this off to the side. Okay, so I'm going to lift up my die, and I'm going to place my press and seal on top. Smooth it out. And now I'm going to take my balloon die, and just like I discussed before, I'm going to set it on there just like that, and I'm going to run this through my machine. Crank it through. Okay, now I'm going to lift off my balloon die and peel all of this up just like this, and this is just going to pop out. And now we have the balloon. I just have my balloon and I'm just going to peel it just like this, just gently, because I don't want to leave the press and seal on there. Just like that. And then I'm going to gently peel off the other. And since this is white core, it's going to try to peel the edges right here because it's really stuck and sticky. So just be very, very careful, because it will want to rip the edge of the paper. But if it does, it's fine. It's just going to have a little bit more white onto it. But just peel that right off just like this. And it's just so good to keep everything from shifting around on you and get a really good cut that way. I'm going to bring in my card. And now for this back piece, I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac glue. A little bit down there. And all over right here. And I'm going to place that down right here in the center. With my Artis glue. I absolutely love this glue. It's a super tiny top, fabulous glue, and I've got some other card making videos to show you what else you can do with this to make fabulous cards. It's amazing. So I'm going to take the back side and I'm just going to use this to go right around the edge. Just like that, all the way around. Now I'm not going to be gluing this side. We do not want glue over here on this section. Just right around here. A little bit of glue down here. And this is a white glue, but it dries clear. It's amazing stuff. I highly recommend it. So once we've got this, we're just going to line it up. We're going to line it up down here on the card. And then I'm just going to let that dry. Now we'll come back to this in a little bit. So I'm going to close this. And now with my Fabri-Tac glue, I'm going to just add some glue to the back of my balloon. And then I'm going to place this down right in here. Micron pens or marker. And now I'm just going to come out from here. And then just draw the line. Just like that. And now I'm just going to make that darker. And look how fun all that shimmer and shine and dimension. Beautiful the way that blue pops on that orange. And now we're going to open up the card. And now we're going to take our money and we're going to fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And if you want this to be a total surprise for the recipient, you can place it in here like this. But if you want the dollar amount exposed, just take it and slip it right in there and you have a cute little money holder for your card. And the recipient is going to be absolutely thrilled. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment below, and also leave me a comment letting me know, like, why did you subscribe to my channel? What was your favorite video that led you to subscribe? And I'm so excited to always share these different fun tips and hacks with you. So until next time, I'll catch you in that next video. There's Miss Shorty. Hey, Butters.